Very short 10-minute presentation about your work, and then we can maybe together do a sort of critique of it. And I will be very nice, because usually I'm very horrible, but I don't want to leave Zimbabwe on my first visit saying, don't bring her back. That's what's going on out there, you know, telling us more or less what we know already. So for me, it's like, yeah, great, you know, you're using, you know, symbolism and all that, but you as the individual, to a certain extent, you're detached from it. You're not implicated in it. I don't even think you're taking a stand. When I say taking a stand, you know, it's not enough to be a political artist. Let's take Fela, for example. You know, I mean, I know, you know, within this context in a lot of African countries, you know, you can't take a stand. You know, Fela lived his politics. It wasn't about, this is what the politicians are doing, you know, embezzling all the money kind of thing. He said it, he showed it, he sang it, and they came after him.
And he
so
suffered it.
You know.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that you should put yourself, you know, on the line. That's, you know, your choice. But then, you know, you get all these artists and, yeah, I'm doing political, socially engaged work, and, you know, yeah, great, nice, you know, whatever. Now, what's interesting, or what could be, or what I wonder is, with all the stuff that you're reading, all the books, could one book be a starting point, you know, for you to unfold?
As part of the image. Do you do that a lot?
Yeah.
Your own?
Like, I can write a text, like
your own text?
Yeah. And then I sort of like include the writing or the scratching as part of a brushstroke or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, definitely.
Aluminium has its own material possibilities. It is fabricated. It's manufactured. And I just sort of feel the sort of sense that oil paint, or rather traditional mediums of sort of sense of paint onto aluminium. You could be applying that to paper in one sense with almost the same effect. Almost. It's very hard to get from your images to get the real material sense of the aluminium. We can see a couple of scratches, or I just would like to perhaps just give an idea of sense of saying, perhaps explore the real values of aluminium. It could respond.
And from this painting, it's probably the best painting that I managed to be able to convey something on a book by, it's called, I don't know if you know Don Quixote from Cervantes. So I did that in relationship to try and say a statement about what's really happening here. And it's gotten me also to be able to make another painting from George Orwell called The Animal Farm, which I cannot show you. So basically that's what I've been...
Imagery from Western literature and Western art history into an African context, especially like the Goya. You have a lot of humor in your work, and that's also, you know, it's a very good way to address political serious issues, because then you can sort of address problems in more of, a subtle way. So I like that.
And it's not often that we can laugh, you know, through our art in this part of the world. It's always tries to be serious without really, I think, getting to that element of, you know, seriousness. So I like the fact that, you know, you can take, you know, one, the metaphor of using the chess, you know, that's brilliant. Two, appropriating or extracting from artistry.
By that time I stayed with my father. I started to know my mom when I was, I think, 13, 14. So I decided to focus much on interpreting the life which women took as a way of wanting to understand women. So this for me, I paint women because of so many reasons. One, I wish to get close to them. Two, I want to understand them more. Three, I'm a little bit scared of them, and they wish to go on the way. So, for the past 2 years, I've been working with this subject called single mother's dream.
Called?
Single mother's dream. Mainly, I touch the aspect, their each and everyday life, the way they raise their children, the way their ambitions in life, and a lot of things.
First of all, I saw it in a catalogue, then I saw it in an exhibition, and this is a New York-based Turkish artist who did a residency in Brazil on African Brazilian women. So I was, really interested in the different cultures coming together and how that could be presented in Nigeria. And then for the German exhibition that came in, it dealt with, art fashion it had 15 artists, half from Germany, the other half from about 5 or 6 different African countries. So it was perfect for our research on art, fashion and identity. Which other ones have we worked on? There's another one called Old News that we worked on, and that was great because it linked 2 cities, Malmo and Lagos, and it linked 31 artists from Malmo with 31 artists from Lagos. And what happened was, the way it worked was that an artist, we took a month, August, from the 1st to the 31st, and the first artist on the 1st would invite the artist who would be on the 2nd. The artist on the 2nd of August would invite an artist on the 3rd. So, there was this sort of chain effect. Artists inviting other artists or writers.